Hi, I'm the Travel Wellnesspreneur, and I am doing the daily tarot reading for today. So, I am reading for the collective. If you like the video, please like, subscribe, share, and comment, as well as share on your social media platforms. Okay? Today, I pulled from the Conscious Spirit cards this card, number 37, Crystal Ascension. And the mantra on the card, as we do with every reading, is that we read it 3 times, and I want you to go and write it down 3 times until it resonates with your spirit and you live like this naturally. But for today, the theme is I am attuned to the universal wisdom and energy of the crystal kingdom. I am attuned to the universal wisdom and energy of the crystal kingdom. I am attuned to the universal wisdom and energy of the crystal kingdom. When I read this card, the first thing I was thinking about was Christ energy and Christ-like ascension. And this card is reminding us to know our DNA, know that we are all connected to the original man, one DNA. We all have the same DNA, and that we are one body. Okay, so that's what I think about when I think about crystal ascension. We should today dance, embrace, and be succumb to the universal wisdoms and energy of the divine, and we are all one is the reminder of this card. The Crystal Ascensions tarot reading book, in the book, the Crystal Ascension is saying to us that we are being asked to bring crystals and minerals into your personal environment. Your current environment contains too much artificial energy from material possessions, cell phones, computers, microwaves, which cause an imbalance in both our bodies and our energy fields, as well as stored wisdom, which, sorry about that, which cause an imbalance in your body and energy field, as well as less energies which within and around your home and workspace. Okay, so crystals contain the earth's natural energy fields as well as stored wisdom, which they have accumulated throughout the centuries of being on this planet. Intuitively select one or more crystals to carry with you or wear at all times and other places around your home and workspaces. These will not only balance your energy, but bring you into greater alignment with Mother Earth and its natural energy fields. If you feel an especially strong connection with this card, include crystals in your meditation. Books, of course, will give you a basics for understanding of crystals. You could also look up stuff on the internet and YouTube and all that good stuff. So they will give you a basic understanding of crystals, but honestly, if you just grab the crystals that resonate with your heart and your space at that time, put your hand over it. Some people could put their hands over it and feel energetically what crystals they need. That's what you need to bring with you today. They will give you a greater insight on the uses of it as you get more mature in pulling crystals. I have tons of crystals. My favorite of all crystals is the shungite crystals because it helps with the 5G stuff. If you look up shungite, you'll see the magical, I think it covers almost everything. So if you have no other crystals and you don't know about crystals, I recommend shungite as getting that one first. You can do shungite infused waters, and on Amazon you can find shungite from the sources in I want to say the Soviet Union, but it's not called that anymore. Russia. It's a resource in one of the countries that used to be part of the Soviet Union. Okay, and so now we're moving on to the next card. The next card I pulled was out of the Tarot of Dream cards. It's the Ace of Coins, and it is the same card we pulled the other day. So there is definitely a strong connection to this card. It's an earth sign card, which is Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. So you might be dealing with people with these energies. They may have these astrological signs in their chart, or this card is calling you to be more like a Capricorn, Taurus and Virgo right now. They want you to be grounded. They want you to be stable. They want you to be practical. Move in this direction. The energies of the earth and the guardian angels are sending you the message that you need to move towards stability, towards grandness, and towards to practicality, but not in worldly things. They want you to move to stability, groundness, and practicality in the spiritual principles. You are a champion, and you will be rewarded for being a champion today. Find and go to nature, hug a tree or several trees, go to a stream and put your hand in the water and let the water trickle through your fingers. After you do things like this, you emerge into a better person. Your spirit will calm itself and you'll be more of who you really are as a person. After pulling that card, I pulled out the World card, and this card has so much meat to it. So just a few things. The World card, you may look like a fool because the World card has the Fool in it. The World card is you get everything you want. The Fool was just on his journey. But this card specifically says you may look like a fool, premature. You may look foolish, young-minded, or unintelligent to other people for standing up for yourself and for standing up for other people, or to decide to take a journey that goes against what everyone else in your life expects you to do. And you want to let them perceive your journey however they want. The most important person that needs to be authentic to their journey is you. So just be your authentic self. However they perceive you, don't worry about it, because you are going to be rewarded for who you are authentically. In the card, all the elements are presented here: earth, fire, water, and air. Okay, and so that to me means that it's complete, the completeness of things. It is a major arcana of the planet that rules or that is significant for the World card is Saturn, and Saturn is going direct as of October 10th. It's been in retrograde for about 9 months, so just be mindful that it's a neutral planet, but when it is in going direct into the retrograde, when it's going direct, it means that the energies, you have more patience, discipline, you'll be more hardworking, you persevere more. So, and all those things will bring you great reward. So right now, if you felt in the last few months that you have had lack of patience or lack of discipline, or that you're lacking the hard work mentality and perseverance, it makes a little bit of sense. But starting October 10th, write it down in your calendar and say, am I feeling more stable? Am I feeling more steady ground? Like I'm on steady ground. So ask yourself those questions in your calendar. Write down, am I feeling more balanced, more steady on that date? And tell me in the comments whether it works out, because today is September 28th, 2021. So tell me how you feel on October 10th. And again, this video is timeless, so if you're watching this before then or anytime from today on, this card is relevant to you. And you can go back and peek and say, like, if you watch this video after the fact and you go back and think about how you felt in October and whether you felt unsteady like in September, that you now feel steady. So be mindful. Okay, so the last card I picked, heavy stuff. Mother Mary, that's out of the Indigo Angel Oracle cards. And when I look at this card, I see that it's triple darkness comes up to mind, and it'll resonate with those that know what triple darkness is. And so if you know the story about Mother Mary, they kind of kept her in the darkness, like away from people, because they knew that she was creating and having such a powerful being about to emerge from her. So you have something powerful inside of you that's going to emerge from you right now. And so what I want you to do is kind of stay covered and protected a little bit, and however way that feels comfortable for you, and don't allow other external things to affect who you are and the core of who you are, because that's what she had to do. She had to isolate herself in a way that she did not let any energies or entities or anything penetrate her spirit or soul while she was creating this special being in her body. When you look at her, she has focused energy. If you look at her face, she's confident and she knows her role. And that's what we need you to do. The angels and the guides want you to know that you are carrying wisdom inside of you, and if you are willing to bring about the change in ideology for the masses, you have been chosen to do that. Every change in life was once criticized and crucified. So the spirit is telling you, the angels are telling you, know who you are. Know who you are and never waver. Have no ounce of wavering from who you really are. Okay, so I hope that helps, and I'm going to read what the book says for each of these cards. So with the Ace of Coins, new opportunity or interest in material matters such as money, health, exercise, food, constructing something physical, the resources to make progress in these areas. Ace of Coins. An immensely strong bearded man coalesces out of the mist in the forest setting. In his breastplate is an element glyph for earth. That glyph means earth. Okay? Earth is the Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, I believe. Yeah. That's the concreteness. That's the energies that we are dealing with right now. He holds up a huge coin. In this foreground stands a stag. The image suggests Vulcan, the Roman god of the forge, who created physical objects out of raw materials minded from the earth. Coins in general stand for material values, and in the Ace of Coins represents a new start in material matters. Perhaps you have developed a new interest in something having to do with money or health. Aces often indicate unexpected opportunities, so you may find or be gifted with the raw materials you need to make progress in these areas. So we talked about that the other day. There's not much need to go into further debt. Somebody might gift you something. Just be open-minded. Share with certain people that may be able to help you, your gifts and talents, your desires, and maybe your gift is something. The World card is the last card in the tarot of the major arcanas. It talks about enlightenment, attainment, completion, but at some time a new beginning. Seeing things as they really are. Something that had seemed silly is now seen as profound. So like I was saying, how people used to criticize Jesus, they crucified him, they did all that, and guess what? Now Christianity is so profound in this country and in other countries. So be careful about being submitting and going with the status quo, because what you're carrying is so very important. Being inured to life's inequities, dancing on your limitations. Okay, here the fool finally reaches the journey's end. The state of ultimate enlightenment that he has now attained is of course unimaginable for us mortals. It can, however, serve as a symbol for the accomplishment and awareness we experience in our lives, albeit fleetingly. As a final card in the sequences, a natural signifies endings and completions. We see the fool in the same position he was in on the card 0. What had seemed to be ridiculous posturing, basically hanging upside down, can now be seen in a different light. Oh wow, he was upside down, he was different, and guess what? Now he has conquered the world. So with a flourish, the stage magician reveals to our surprise and wonder those miracles that had been seen on card 0 as empty promises. The potential for fulfillment was, of course, present from the very beginning, but without the experience of the intervening cards or the intervenings of life happening to you or life happening, we were unable to see it. And it was those very experiences that enabled the fool to produce the proverbial rabbit out of the hat, the earth, which the fool had held in his hand encased in a crystal globe, has grown huge and now holds the fool within it, and is itself held securely by a golden frame. In the 4 corners of the cards, we see the 4 elements: fire, earth, water, air. These are the same 4 elements symbolized on the wand cup the wand cards, coin cards, cup cards, and sword cards that appear on the magician's card. And that comprises of the four suits of the major arcana. Here we see that the reality behind the symbols, or the symbols translated into their real life counterparts in the world card. Our vision is so encompassed that no longer need the symbols. Instead, we see things as they really are. The inclusion of all the elements all suggests ultimate enlightenment. Does not mean that we will be literally pulled into the sky like the woman on the judgment card, nor will those around us see us simply vanish. Instead, enlightenment brings us back to everyday reality. We are as we were, only with some kind of indescribable suitable differences, or as the Zen proverb has it, before enlightenment, chop wood and carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood and carry water. The many transformative circles we've seen on previous cards are echoed once more on this final card by the earth itself. Here is another indication that enlightenment does not carry us to the cloud-covered Olympus, but instead simply returns us to daily or earthly life. Yet, at the same time, it reminds us of the visions of the judgment card, which encourages us to enlarge our meanings of self beyond the individual encompasses the universe. The fool is surrounded by an intricate metal frame. One who has truly reached enlightenment is often seen as somewhat protected or inured against the slings and arrows of outrageous fortunes. The winds may blow, the fire may blaze, but the sage rests secure in his knowledge that his innermost self is not reliant upon the physical body for its existence. While the metallic frame protects the fool and the earth, it can also be seen as limiting agents that restrict him. Part of being enlightened is the knowledge that one can do everything. The truly enlightened person does what they can without the confines that life hands them. Tarot author Mary Gurr refers to this as dancing on your limitations. And aren't we dancing right now here in Western New York and some other states? The circular form can suggest an egg, thus leading us to the implications that the fool, having attained limitless enlightenment, is at the same time merely an embryo and will actually eventually hatch. This thus beginning the journey again on the Fool card. So then the life repeats itself. There's something else that you will have to figure out and journey and conquer. So it just is a cycle thing that keeps going, okay? In this way, the voyage never really ends, but rather spirals onward and outward through successive stages of existence and awareness. Just as the circular frame never ends, but rather continues around and around, the circle also suggests that the Fool's signature, 0, which as we now see symbolizes nothing, and simultaneously the potential for everything. So see, the circle, circle, circle. Okay, the Hebrew letter Tav is the last letter of the Hebrew alphabet. In your meditation today, I want you to meditate the sound Tav. So you just go Tav. Do that, 3 times, 5 times, 11 times, 7 times, whatever, 7 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever, in those intervals of the odd numbers, and write down what messages you get from the divine, okay? And then the other symbol on here is the Saturn symbol, which is the planet of restriction. And restriction is groundedness, bringing you back to balance, feeling steady. And that's what I want you guys to remember. Okay, so I hope this was pleasant and helpful to you for today. Again, this is a travel wellnesspreneur. Please like, comment, share, subscribe in your social media platforms. Peace.